Lady get into class, I see. Well, here's what you missed on Magic Academy. A day. I've been expecting you.
Mother?
Please. That old crone couldn't cut it anymore.
What?
Do I look
No.
like your mother?
No. What?
Varen, please take these bodies to the crematorium before they turn into something else. Hello and welcome back to the School of Nerdcraft and Dungeonry. I am your headmaster, Magic Sheeb, and this is Magic Academy. Last episode, episode 7 of Magic Academy, we had so much happen. So we started off in the town of Bezosin at the front gates where Nade was confronted with her sister. Thought it was their mother, but it was in fact their sister, Calum. After exchanging a few words and kind of realizing that Calum had disposed of their mother, they have a conversation and things get a little tense as Calum gives off a very Cruella de Vil feel and goes back. Varen asks them to take the bodies to the crematorium, where once there, they meet some people and they're tossing some bodies and meet a small tiefling named Prolix. There, they're able to kind of learn a little bit about the allegiance of the All-Sight and see what's been going on in the town a little bit and learn a little bit more about the monsters that are happening as they are tossing monsters in. Prolix interrupts them as they toss the last one in, and they are learn about some archaeology that's been going on, cutting open the stomach of the large creature at the bottom of the stack. They find a cube on the inside, which Prolix reluctantly gives them after they kind of intimidate him. Shortly after, they go to the Ready Inn, where they meet Question, a tiefling from the Library of the Cobalt Soul, where they learn a little bit more about what's going on, Elixios, and see what's happening in Bezosin. And Question had a little bit of sketches from the area and about Elixion and about the Jewel of the Three Prayers, where they kind of learn that somehow this lost vestige seems to be tied into this big story around the calamity. From there, they notice someone listening in, and they see a elf named Eloisia who comes over and is listening in onto their conversation. Meeting Eloisia, they're very charismatic and nice, and they ask kind of what's going on. Eloisia wants to go and find what's at the bottom of the Betrayer's Rise, and offers to pay them a pretty good amount of money, but the party ends up turning down the money and goes and does this out of their own free will. Shortly after, we did have a scene with Eloisia by themselves with the DM, and I'll leave that to be a mystery for what you watch. And then after that, we see the players decide to take a long rest at the end, take a few they also see the rival party come into the tavern, where they have a few words and kind of just talk. Shortly after, they go to a temple where next to Betrayer's Rise, where they see Caleb. After asking where Nade's father is, he comes out and is clearly being used to kind of like... Nade's father comes out and is basically apologizing, saying ma'am, and has food, and it seems to be a servant of Caleb. In frustration, Nade ends up throwing an Eldritch Blast at Caleb, which turns into a fight that they're highly unprepared for, as they take over 40 points of damage to the party, and a very quick fight breaks out in the church as they grab Nade's father, put him on the horse, and run out and into Betrayer's Rise. Upon getting to the door of Betrayer's Rise, Peter sees that the amulet that they're wearing glows, and the door shines bright with a crimson light, where they step inside, and the doors open, and they all rush inside as they see Caleb coming flying now closer to them, chasing them from the inside. Then, afterwards, Nade and her father talk and have a conversation about why things are the way they are. And Nade's father pleads to help go back and give Caleb some help and keep them kind of centered. Reluctantly, Nade lets her father go. As they enter Betrayer's Rise, they see walls full of eyes that are watching them. And as they continue into Betrayer's Rise, they learn a little bit more about the Calamity, and they come across different paths. A wall that asks them to sacrifice everything of who they are, a skull that asks for some type of value, and a caved-in rebel. They decide to put money into Rebel, and they decide to put money into the skull, and as they descend down, they're greeted with a man who made out of stone, tied down, and 3 arms reaching above with purple pustules on the palms. They seem to be some type of curse that has put this statue or here. Peter decides to put 1 foot into the triangle that's on the floor, at which point they become overcome with anger, turn around, and hit our new party member Aloysia in the face. And that is episode 7's recap. See you next time for episode 8.